Hello viewers, in the last class we have discussed about the preposition and its preposition of direction, and in today's class we are going to learn about preposition of time and place. इसमें in, on और at ये जो तीन words है, these three words are both parallelly used for preposition of time and also for preposition of place. Now let us learn how they both parallelly used but in different forms. One is in time and one is in place. Now let us learn when and how in is used as a preposition of time and in is used as a preposition of place. In the time, in is used for non-specific times. For example, like when we are going to mention about years or months or seasons or any other things, we use in. For further details, if we see, in is used with a part of the day, that is in plus a part of the day. For example, in the morning. So morning is a part of the day. For that we use the preposition of time in. In the same way, in the afternoon, in the evening. So morning, afternoon, noon or evening, these are the parts of the day. So we use in as preposition of time for the part of the day. And let us come for the months. In plus months, like for example, when we are using the word month, when we are using the months, then we use the preposition in. For example, in January, in February, in March, in April, so on. In plus season. So in the same way, when we talk about seasons also, we use the word in as a preposition of time. So in spring, or we also call as in the spring, in the spring season, in the summer season. The mangoes are available in the summer season. So in this way we use the word in as a preposition of time. In plus seasons, finished. In plus years, in 1980s, in 1960s. So mostly in history we use the words, or we use the years, so then we use the word in as a preposition of time for mentioning the years. In the same way, in plus centuries, like in the 15th century, in the 16th century. In the same way, in plus weeks, like in a week, in 2 weeks, in the same manner, in plus period of time, like for example, in the past. That is, when we are talking about the period of time, it may be non-specific. So we use the word in as a preposition of time in the past, in the future, in the present, in this way. Let us see the same in the place. It is used for the large or most general places. अच्छी तरह याद रखें, इन जो है टाइम में इन सारे चीजों के लिए यूज किया जाता है, और इन प्लेस के लिए जब यूज कर रहे हैं, that means in can be used in both the forms. That is, it can be used even for the time and it can be used even for the place. And for the place, it is used for large or most general places. For example, in plus countries. When we talk about countries, then we use the preposition of place in. So in plus countries, for example, in England, in India, in Europe, like that. In plus cities, like in London, in Hyderabad. In plus neighborhood, the surroundings. In Chinatown, in Guntur, a specific place of a particular city or a particular place. Then in plus enclosed places. In plus enclosed places, which is a packed, then we call it as in plus enclosed places. In traffic jam, for example, in traffic jam, generally we call it I am a traffic jam, but it is wrong in usage. So we use in traffic jam, I am stuck in traffic jam. So in the same way, in a building, in a car. So building and a car are the enclosed places. Now let us go with on. So we have finished in. So we came to know when to use in as a time and in as a place. And now let us learn when to use on as a preposition of time and also as a preposition of place. On is used for dates, days of week, हॉलीडेज विथ डे, रिमेंबर, अच्छी तरह याद रखें, जब हम लोग हॉलीडेज के नाम बोलते हैं तो डे जब उसके साथ आता है तब हम लोग ऑन यूज करते हैं. Let us learn in detail and all the further areas. On plus days, like for example on Monday, on Tuesday. So ये जो Monday और Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday इस तरह जो वीक के डेज है, उस डे को हम जब बोलते हैं तो then we use the preposition on as a preposition of time. In the same way, on plus dates. So when we use dates, we use on as a preposition, like on 3rd of April, on 11th of January, on the first day. So इस तरह on जो है dates के लिए use किया जाता है. On plus holidays with day. As I have already said you, when we use day with a holiday or a specific day, then we use on as a preposition of time. So on plus holidays with a day, like for example on New Year Day. So यहाँ पे हमने day mention किया है, so हम लोग यहाँ पे on use करते हैं. So on New Year Day, अगर सिर्फ ये New Year है तो हम लोग on use नहीं करते हैं. So when we have used day, then we use on as a preposition of time. On Christmas Day, on Easter Day. तो उसी तरह on specific day, जैसे अपने लाइफ में स्पेसिफिक डेज रहते हैं, उस डे को हम जब मेंशन करते हैं then we use on as a preposition of time, like on my birthday, on my wedding day, on that day. So इस तरह एक स्पेसिफिक डे के लिए जब हम बोल रहे हैं then we use the word on as a preposition of time. So in the same way, on plus time, when we are mentioning a time, like on time, most of the people says I am in time. It's not in time, it's on time. So on is a preposition of time for the time, on weekends, on a summer evening. तो हम लोग वो particular day का भी specific हम कर रहे हैं, जैसे on Monday morning. So हम लोग day भी use कर रहे हैं और वो डे में पर्टिकुलर क्या कर रहे हैं, जैसे समर डेज, समर मॉर्निंग, ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर समर मॉर्निंग. सो इस तरह हम लोग ऑन जो है preposition of time की तरह यूज करते हैं for all these particular things. And let us go when we use on as a place or a preposition on in place. So on is used for most specific or more specific places for certain things, and for also on plus means of transport. ये अच्छी तरह याद रखें. हम generally most of the people go wrong in preposition, use of preposition. Especially we generally call it as in the train. I am in the train, I am in the bus, but that's prepositionally incorrect. So we use on for the means of transport. So on a bus, on a train. जनरली हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, I am in a train. जनरली हम पूछते हैं कहाँ है तो बताते हैं मैं ट्रेन में हूं, तो लिटरल ट्रांसलेट करते हैं तो वो ट्रांसलेशन यहाँ गलत हो जाता है. So we use on for means of transport. So like for example, I am on a bus, I am on a train, I am on a plane. So in the same way. So उसी तरह on plus communication. हम लोग अगर communication, जो भी communication, the means of communication है, जैसे means of transport की तरह उसी तरह means of communication है, उसको भी हम लोग we use on as a preposition of place. Like I am on the radio, on the television, on the phone, on the internet. Like generally on के बदले in ज़्यादातर use करते हैं, जो कि गलत है. So let us see another one. On plus surfaces. जो भी surfaces होता है उसके ऊपर जो भी होता है we use on as a preposition of place, like on a table or on the table, on a wall or on the wall, on the floor, on the roof. So इस तरह on जो है टाइम और प्लेस के लिए दोनों के लिए यूज किया जाता है, लेकिन डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट्स में. तो ऑन इज यूज्ड फॉर डेज, डेट्स, हॉलीडेज विथ डे. अच्छी तरह याद रखें, हॉलीडेज उसके साथ डे अगर जुड़ रहा है तो हम लोग यूज करते हैं ऑन. ऑन प्लस स्पेसिफिक डेज, on plus time. So in the same way for places, on plus means of transport for specific places, on plus communications and on plus surfaces. Now जैसे अभी हम लोगों ने इन कब यूज करते हैं हो गया, उसके बारे में जान लिए, और ऑन कब और कैसे यूज करते हैं वो भी हो गया. एंड नाउ लेट अस लर्न अबाउट at. At is also a preposition which is used for both time and also place. Now let us learn when and how the word at is used in the preposition of time. It is used for specific time and holidays without days. जैसे हमने इससे पहले देखा है, ऑन जो है विथ डे अगर जब यूज हो रहा है देन वी यूज द वर्ड ऑन. when we don't use the word day in the particular holidays, then we use at. So let us learn in detail. So at plus hours. So when we use a particular time or when we use that word hour, then we use the word at as a preposition of time. For example, at 7 a.m. we are specifying the time. So at 12 noon, at 8 a.m. or at 8 p.m. So anyway, so when we use that word or when we use the hours, specific hours, then we use the word at as a preposition of time. Now at plus part of the day, when we use the part of the day, when we say the part of the day, then we use the word at as a preposition of time. For example, at night. At night. Night is a part of the day. So at night, at noon, at morning. Okay, so in this way we use at midnight. In this way we use at as a preposition of time. And at plus holidays without day. I already mentioned it. When we use day to a holiday, then we use on as a preposition of time. And when we don't use the word day in the holidays, then we use at as a preposition of time. For example, at New Year, at Ramadan, at Diwali, at Dashara. So in this way. So in the same way, at plus time, at present, at the weekend, at the breakfast. So all these are the specific times when we are talking about. So when we talk about the specific time, then we use the word at as a preposition of time. And now let us see at used in the place. At is used in description of or describing a place or a position. So for example, at plus exact address. When we are talking about the exact address, then we use at as a preposition of place. At plus exact address, that is at Baker Street or at 33 Cross, Ramnagar. Generally these kind of addresses are being painted on the roadsides where we can see even the preposition at. At plus specific location or a point. For example, at the corner of the city or at the bus stop, then we say that, when we mention that specifications or when we mention that specific place, then we use the word at as a preposition of place. So in this video we have learnt about in, on, at as a preposition of time and place, and these are the most critical words which generally we make mistakes in the usages. So most of the people who speak English go with prepositional errors, and those prepositional errors are generally these words. So this is the easiest way to understand these three prepositions, these three words in different formats. Thank you, and for more videos please subscribe our channel, and for further updates please click on the bell symbol. Thank you.